for your kind words. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Shreshtham Manumapi Shakchiputramatra Swarupam Rupam Tasyagrajam Urupurim Maturim Goshtavartim Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhava Samprapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ataf Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavams Chashi Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagarna Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagarna Lalita Shivishakhan Vitamscha Guru Vaishnav Bhagavan Tine Smarane Hoy Bigna Binashan Anayashe Hoy Nijavan Chita Puran Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please, everyone say loud. Wait. I have to tell you how to say it. You have to say it loudly and from your heart. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I thanked Shravas Prabhu. There he is there for his kind words. We don't expect anything else. We come to a temple or a holy place expecting kindness and love, and we expect persons who have taken up spiritual practices to have kindness and love. In general, we don't expect that in Los Angeles. So many people come to Los Angeles. Okay, who knows, without looking on Google search, how many tourists come annually to Los Angeles? I'm one. I just came myself. I just arrived here. How many? 40 million? Multi-million. Okay, well, more than a million. A million's 50 million.
50 million, yeah.
50 million.
Yeah.
Well, 15 million. Anyway, whatever it is, it's a hell of a lot. What do they come to see? They come to see Hollywood.
Yes.
What else is there?
Disneyland.
Disneyland's here also.
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios. Venice Beach. Something Institute. Okay, there are various things to see. Okay. They come here expecting what? They and of course, they probably all get drunk also, most of them. I mean, that's what you do for fun anywhere, right? Maybe California is more sophisticated. They smoke some dope. Is it legal here? Legalized, yeah. No fun left in it anymore. So what they come for, they expect to have their senses titillated, something interesting to see, some fun, have fun. But they don't expect kindness. And they might expect, if they're average Americans, to, if you're in a big city, to be careful, right? Especially in the big cities, because especially with lots of tourists, there used to be pickpockets, but now they just mug you, right? Mugging and random shootings, and it can be a pretty dangerous place. The whole world is a dangerous place, but some places are more dangerous than others. Los Angeles is dangerous in another way, right? It could, anytime, wobble, 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 and everything might come crashing down. Earthquake zone. That's not very kind. Not very kind to say that. But we're talking about the science of Krishna consciousness. Shravas Prabhu introduced me. Then I'll speak on the science of Krishna consciousness, which means the science of understanding reality as it is. And the very nature of this world is unkind. We learn from Bhagavad Gita. However much we're trying to be kind, birth, death, old age, and disease will cause us suffering. So, sometimes to be kind, you have to be unkind. Is that right? What do you think? Every parent knows this. Is it not? If you want to save your child from their own childish foolishness, and if you want to train your child to be a civilized or integrated part of human society, you have to forcibly restrict them from doing things that they want to do, and they don't have the developed intelligence at that age, and forcibly restricting them is part of the process of giving them the intelligence by which they can discriminate between what they should do and what they should not do. And one thing is that children are often not very kind, and you have to instill that in them, sometimes quite forcefully. So often being kind means that you have to be at least what might seem to be unkind. Tough love, yeah, tough love, yeah. That's called tough love. His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, is sitting here in the form of his deity. You see, there's, what's that? Tough love. The siren is going. They're going to protect the citizens, we hope. There may be police or fire or whatever. So, tough love means the police. Now, this may not be very popular to say this, but you might not like the police, but if you don't have police, you may appreciate how you'd rather have them than not have them. Because if you don't have police, then all the rogues and thieves and murderers, they just be roguish and steal, and they'll break your windows and do whatever they like. So that's a kind of tough love. They may be very tough with you, but that's required also. That's part of the kindness. We don't think of police as being kind, but their contribution to society is that they make it ordered enough so that we can go about our daily activities without being openly mugged, and the muggers, they have no fear of anything. So anyway, we're talking here about spiritual kindness. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada came here, and he is the kindest person because he gave the science of Krishna consciousness. We may think that's a very strange statement. Krishna consciousness means religion, right? And religion is just faith, and science is something else. Faith is one thing, and science is based on facts. I was very impressed the first time that I read Bhagavad Gita in this lifetime, at least. Maybe I read it in previous lifetimes or heard it in previous lifetimes. And all of these books, reading these books, how it delineates reality. It's a science, just like this: birth, death, old age, and disease. Krishna points out in Bhagavad Gita, Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Real knowledge means, or a factor of real knowledge is to see that in this world there is birth, there is death, there is old age, there is disease, and one should see this. How seeing? Not just by seeing. You may not see these things very much. You don't see live births. Has everyone seen a live birth with their naked eyes? Yeah, mothers probably. Well, you don't. You're a doctor. Doctors and nurses, and you've probably seen many deaths also being a doctor. But mostly it's all pushed away in a hospital. We don't see these things. And old age, one of the great struggles in California life is to pretend that you're not getting old and try and cover it up in whatever ways you can. Disease, yeah, we've all... Anyone here not experienced disease? No. So these things are there, but we should see, Krishna says, anudarshanam means we should understand it philosophically, scientifically, from people who have understood this themselves by hearing from others. So the kindness of Srila Prabhupada is that so many things. He established this temple here where people come, and for 55 years now, is it 69 it was established? This temple here, 69, and for 55 years it has been an oasis in Los Angeles. From my friend who didn't like my kindness, he left. So, well, anyway, I'll say it. From the madness of Los Angeles life all around us, the madness of trying to be happy in a place where ultimately there is no real happiness. And maybe in California, that's the worst place to say it, because California is famous for, it's California. Everything's wonderful here, right, isn't it? The only problem is that everyone's miserable. There's a facade of happiness, but inside, no one's happy. And the more honest will admit that. So, Srila Prabhupada, as a representative of a whole chain of spiritual masters who kindly come to this world to give us information of that world where kindness is the norm and not the exception. And it's not superficial kindness, and it's kindness in the truest sense of the word. How can you be kind to others? Is that in Britain only, or do they have that here? The daily random kindness. They have the Mother's Day, Father's Day, and D-Day celebrations, and everything's something day. And one day is days for an act of random kindness. Do you have that here? I found out about it when one of our devotees was selected for being a good, of not doing random kindness, but doing everyday kindness for distributing prasad, and he sent a little video clip to me. So it's a day where everyone's supposed to do acts of random kindness. You see someone and you're nice to them. That's not, at least once a year you should do something nice to someone, right? But that should not be once a year, randomly. That should be the norm, should it not? But it's very dangerous to be kind. It can be dangerous. We have to have intelligent kindness. I often give this example in India. I spent most of this life in this body in India. That if the government of India was to institute Mahatma Gandhi's idea of non-violence fully, then within a few days the capital of India would change its location. How is that going to work? Change the location from Delhi to Islamabad, which is the capital of Pakistan. Pakistan, oh, they're not going to have no fighting? Okay, let's go and take them over. They would, right on the spot. Why should it be like that? Why should the world be that everyone is afraid of each other, competition? I just stayed overnight in Sacramento in someone's house, and I saw a book. I had a quick look at it, The 48 Rules of Power. Have you heard of that book? It says it's a bestseller. I had a quick look at it. It's how to be a psychopath. Really. Really, it's you can't believe it. You have to pretend, literally writing in this book, you have to pretend that you care for people, but don't care for them too much, because your emotions will get in your way of having power. And you have to keep a good image. Don't kill your rivals, because that will upset people too much. Just your rivals, give them enough money and keep them away from you. All how to be a psychopath. And it's a best-selling book. Well, we also have best-selling books. And these books are how to come to a pure spiritual situation. Now, of course, not everyone's a psychopath. Otherwise, the people who weren't psychopaths would have a word. Normal people, there's no word for them, right? But there's psychopaths and different words for people who are considered mentally off-center. But it should be the norm that everyone's the opposite of a psychopath. We should be able to live our lives in a way that we're always kind to others. But it would be foolish to do so, because people would take advantage. They would steal, killing for no reason. There are people who do that. Yesterday we were in the Bay Area, and we were discussing the Hells Angels from the 1960s or 70s who you know, you must have all heard of the Hells Angels. They still have their gangs, but they're mostly old people, I guess, now. But in those days, they were committedly nasty. Just how to cause harm and pain to others, and how to be not like psychopaths who cover it up and try to show that they're nice, but openly, brazenly nasty. Unfortunately, it's a bad world that we live in. But we're not meant to be like that. This is a place of spiritual culture. Spiritual culture means to cultivate our true spiritual nature, in which everyone loves everyone else. There's no mood of exploitation. And there's no fear of anyone else, because there's nothing to fear, because everyone's like that. Where can we have a place like that? Well, we have to go to the spiritual world. In this material world, it's a place where everyone comes forgetting Krishna, and forgetting Krishna, our constitutional position, what we're meant to be like. Krishna is the center of all love. And when that love is focused on Krishna, everyone cooperates to serve Krishna, just like in an ideal family, or what we might say is what was considered a normal traditional family. The parents, they're united, focused on loving the children, raising the children, caring for the children, nourishing the children. There's a focus which brings them all together. So Krishna, whom in the English language might be called God, but not exactly the one idea of God whose main business is punishing everyone all the time without any hope of redemption. But Krishna is the center of all love, and everyone cooperates automatically. It's just like you shouldn't need to read a book, How to Get On in Your Marriage, but it's just like how to be kind to your children. Previously, there weren't books about this. There weren't courses or seminars on how to be nice to your children. It's just a normal thing that everyone does. So, in the spiritual world, everyone is focused on Krishna. And everyone's love goes toward Krishna. And Krishna is the center of all love and all kindness. And that's what this temple is meant to replicate, a sample of the spiritual world where everyone is focused on Krishna. And then there's nothing to exploit others for, because everyone's fully happy in their spiritual situation of serving Krishna. Then you don't need anything. There's no reason to exploit others, no reason to try to take advantage of others. And again, that should come naturally. We shouldn't have to think about it. In material existence, whenever we meet someone, we have to calculate. What are they doing? What are they thinking? Can I trust them? But in normal existence, we should expect everyone to interact with everyone else in a manner that is conducive to everyone else, and we shouldn't have to think about it. It should be natural. So in the spiritual world, there's love of Krishna, and very naturally, everyone lives together, eats together, sings together, dances together. Then what about the science of Krishna consciousness? I was introduced to speaking about the science. What do you need all this science? You mean you're going to go to the spiritual world and you have to go to school again and study science? Oh, for me, that's one. Forget everything else. I don't want to take birth again, so I don't have to go to school again. What a torture. Forcible torture for 10 years of your life. They force you to go to school and study all this stuff so you can be a more exploitable citizen. But we have to learn about these things. We have to learn about Krishna because we're so full of nonsensical things that are pounded into our skulls from the moment we're born, or even before that. We have such a perverted conception of life. Maybe you could say the psychopath is the most intelligent. They are, in fact, you've got to be very intelligent to be a psychopath, but in a society in which exploitation is the norm, then to be a psychopath is the most intelligent thing. But these books, which Srila Prabhupada very kindly and painstakingly worked to produce, they give us full knowledge of who we are so that we can adjust our consciousness to be in the consciousness where we're naturally kind. Just like the children, they may have to get some tough love and some training about how to behave, so that when they grow up, they naturally interact with others, hopefully, in a manner that is at least what we could call decent or civilized or normal. It should come naturally to them. And when you're training children, they'll often ask, why? Is it not? Why should I not slap my younger brother? Why do I have to go to bed? I want to stay up all night. And why can't I drink this bottle? It looks very nice color stuff in the bottle. Why can't I? Because it will poison you. Well, how do you know it will poison you? And the children, they have so many questions. You have to explain it. And then gradually they understand it. And then a generation later, they're telling their children, don't drink that. No, I want to drink it. That, for the child, is enough reason to drink it. I want to drink it. But you have to tell, no. And then, why not? Because it doesn't look like it. It looks nice. How will it kill me? It looks nice. So the child needs a lot of training, and they need to be convinced at their level of why they should do what they do for their own benefit, which will be for the benefit of others. So the science of Krishna consciousness trains us to understand that we are all eternal spiritual beings, that we are meant for loving kindness eternally in the world beyond birth and death, in service to Krishna. But we have to undertake a training process. We have to submit ourselves to a training process by which our perverted propensities, which are not the propensities of the soul, by which they become gradually reduced till they become zero. And these books give detail. Now you could think, I mean, can't you just put it in a small book? Yes, we have Bhagavad Gita, that's small, but then when we hear about Krishna and about his literally superhuman, beyond or suprahuman kindness, and we want to hear more and more. What does God do in this? What happens in the spiritual world? I was raised in a culture in which I was taught to believe that God is sitting on a cloud putting thunderbolts down at everyone. Well, something better to do than that. But what is God doing? He's dancing, he's singing, he has animals, he eats, he sleeps. He's always happy. Happy in the happiness of sharing with others, and his activities are described. And he comes in many forms. He comes as in the form of a fish, in the form of a tortoise, in the form of a boar, in the form of a, you see this, half man, half lion, comes in that form. Comes in the form of a dwarf, comes in the form of a fierce fighter, comes in, there are so many forms, comes in the form of an ideal king, he comes as Krishna and Balaram, comes as Buddha, and again comes in the form of a destroyer when people become so nasty to each other. So the whole science of Krishna consciousness is explained in this book. I was asked to speak on the science of Krishna consciousness. How much time do I have to speak? I guess it's up now, but there's not enough time in the whole history of the world to speak everything about Krishna, because Krishna is unlimited, and it's very pleasing to hear about Krishna. So we can go on and on and on. But we are in the world which is limited by time. We're not in the world beyond time, so you all have to leave here at some time. I have to leave. And when I say here, I mean this temple here. We have to leave these bodies at some time. So we're limited by time, but we should utilize the time we have to develop, cultivate Krishna consciousness, our true spiritual identity. And these books, we can keep them in our homes, or even if we don't have a home. There are so many people without homes in Los Angeles. You can keep the books also, wheel them around with you, share them with your homeless friends, and read. You'll be amazed. We don't cease to be amazed. What are the most popular books? In our generation it was The Lord of the Rings, and then after that came Harry Potter. That's right, Harry Potter. Yeah. I read The Lord of the Rings. Surprise, surprise. I read it once and I thought it was really good. I'll read it again. It wasn't so good the second time. I didn't read it a third time. I've been reading these books. You can go on and on and on and on reading, because vayam tuna vichipyama uttama shloka vikrame yat shrinvatam rasagyanam svadu svadu pade pade. We don't get tired of. It's like drinking nectar. It's such a good flavor, spiritual flavor. We don't get tired of it, and we want more and more at every step, every moment. So, my request to you is, get these books. This is my kindness. I can come speak and you can feel good for a little time. I hope you feel good. I'm not sure whether you feel good or not. But my aim in coming here is not simply to make you feel good for a few minutes. And how you can feel good and be good in the best possible way forever. These books give the clue how. You should read them. You've been so kind to listen to me for the last half hour or so. That means that there's some respect, is there? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. There's some idea that maybe there's something worth hearing from me. So if I have to advise you, so many people ask me for advice or instructions, I just tell them, it's the same advice for everyone. Read these books and live according to what's in these books. And your life will be perfect and successful. That's it. Simple formula for success. There's so many books, self-help books, self-improvement books. They're all useless. Because they're all just trying to tell you how to be happy, how to adjust to a world which is not a kind world. It just reinforces the illusion that we can be happy in a world without Krishna, without understanding our true spiritual situation. So these are the best science books. I'll be very happy to come back if I can study these science books. And these are the best self-improvement books, and they're all nectar. And here is Mahotsaha Das, who's dedicated his life to going out in the streets of America and conventions and just meeting people without any knowledge or interest in Krishna consciousness, and on the spot convincing them to take with them a set of books, of these whole books. Now I presume all of you are coming here regularly, or it's not the first. Any first-timers here? First-timer. All the way from Georgia. You were raised in Louisiana, was it? Mississippi. Anyway, it's not California. So once you get beyond the, what's it called, the Sierra Mountains or something, that's all. That's what they think, right? So from Mississippi, first time in Los Angeles, you got the right place. You came to the right place. So he's convincing people that they should take a set of books. This is what they need. You should, if you're coming here regularly, it means you like coming here, right? Something that you like here. Now, if you don't have this set of books in your home, you're really cheating yourselves, because what is here is packed into these books. Tell them the rest. Wait a minute. You're going to give the mic? Tell them the rest. Actually, in a lifetime you can't tell them the rest. You have to read and experience. Satisfaction guaranteed. And by the way, I'm pitching to you to sell these books, which means you have to buy them, but I'm not going to take any money.
Wow. Hare Krishna. So, does everyone here like to be happy? If so, you can raise your hands. Yes. Do you like to be happy sometime or all the time? All the time. What?
This lady's here.
You did? Okay.
Didn't raise your hand.
Okay,
you don't want to be part of the crowd.
It's okay. You can be.
Should be part of this crowd.
If you like to be unhappy too, we got the books are good for you. Trust me. They teach you to be sad like anything. So, do you like to be happy sometime or all the time? All the time. Does happiness come from outside or inside? These books teach you to be happy all the time on the spiritual platform. So we like to request everyone to please take these books, read them and apply them in your life as the ultimate science, which helps you break free from all illusions that you can possibly experience. And just by reading these books, you will be able to get rid of all the nonsense and you can become a guru. Anyone wants to be a guru? Teach people how to do things? You like to be yourself heard?
I'm not sure if everyone wants to be a guru. Everyone should be.
They like to be at least, so you can be a great person just by reading these books. So please get a whole set of these books. And if you already have the books, they're so nice, you got to get them twice. Okay? So, Hare Krishna. So if anyone is interested, they can see Deva Vrata Prabhu over here. And he'll give you the books. Jai.
How much are they, whole set? How much is
$180.
What? That's all?
For LA price.
In LA?
LA price.
LA price.
In the bookstore, they sell each book for $1,000, the whole set for $2,000. But today,
books like this
books like this, they sell for $2,000. But we're giving everyone for only $180.
$180.
LA price. We sell them for $300 in Atlanta. So it's shipping. It takes some money. But here in Los Angeles, only $180. So we strongly recommend everyone to please spend only $180 and, it'll be awesome.
Do you have in your home this full set of books?
Only one set?
Anyone, please be kind. Make me happy. Make me feel I did something useful coming here.
Oh, there. Wow. Please come. You can take the books. Now, from Maharaj's lotus hands, yes. And you can give money with your lotus hands to Deva Vrata. Where is he? Come here. Thank you so much.
Which, I presume you're from India. Which part?
Iran.
Oh, from Iran.
Salam.
How wonderful. Give him the Farsi books.
Give him the Farsi books. Bhakti, go get the Farsi book.
You read Farsi, right? Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, please.
I just presumed you're from India.
Yeah. Would you?
Oh, that's
would you like to sign it for
wonderful.
me?
Yeah.
Pen. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, get the flower also. What is your name? Ashesha. Oh.
Oh, I see. Oh, man, you got us all.
I was thinking you're going to give us in Iranian. You have the Farsi books? You do have them, okay. Ashesha Gaura Hari Prabhu. And your better half's name? You're single? Okay. Okay, take a photo. Anyone else want to make me double happy? Came from Iran. Came from Iran to America for peace and prosperity, and found it in the best possible way at Krishna's lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Actually, you should say, your initiate devotee should take a set of Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Now you have to, and I already squeezed you, now I'm going to squeeze you some more. You have to read them. You have to read the books. Simply keeping these books in your home, these books are so sacred that they will purify your home. And if you read them, they'll completely purify your heart. You have the full set in your home. 3 sets, which you have Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. 3 sets of each. English, Gujarati, and Hindi. It's Gujarati, Hindi mixed. No, I know they're different, but the husband and wife, one's mom is Gujarati and father is Hindi Bhashi. Hindi is for everyone, okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, 2 sets. Jai, Hare Krishna. I did something useful. Oh yeah, you can say about the app also.
Hare Krishna. So Maharaj just mentioned about the science of Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. And Maharaj has been lecturing on this for more than 3.5 decades. And we have put that all up in one app called Bhakti Vikasa Swami app.
More than 4.5 decades.
More than 4.5 decades. But we have the recordings from 1990s.
Yeah.
So we have the collection from last 3.5 decades in an app. It's an app that has lectures in English, Hindi, Bengali, more than 7,500 lectures, and they are all properly organized and structured, and there are features and functionalities inside the app which devotees will find really useful. You can track your progress, you can track your sadhana, you can see what lectures you have heard. It's constantly updated with new lectures, and it's free of cost for everyone. We have 10,000 devotees who have already got the app, and they are giving us 5-star reviews about the app. So please get it and elevate your consciousness. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I have these cards with the QR code. I'll distribute them.